from Camera Jabber. I don't normally do a great number of unboxing videos, but I've just been sent a Phase One XF IQ4 camera system, which is worth over $50,000. It's got 150 million pixels on its medium format sensor, and I'm told this box has never been opened. The camera has not been used at all before, so it seemed like too big a chance to turn up. So I'm going to do an unboxing video. Okay, so let's take a look at what's inside. Oh, while I'm at it, I'm also testing the Rode wireless Go mic, so make of that what you will with the audio. It might be a little bit echoey in here, I'm not sure. I'm just going to put that out the way. Right, so okay, so yeah, it's in a pelly case, which is good. Something nice and sturdy. Pull it out the box. Okay, so obviously you get the pelly case with the camera, or the camera system. Okay, so first thing to notice is it's a very heavy camera, very heavy camera system. In fact, the courier was complaining about bringing it up the drive. So it makes sense that they supply it in a pelly case with wheels and an extending handle, so that's useful. So let's turn it around, I've just unclipped it, see what's inside. Okay, well, so first up we've got some release notes, quite a bit of paperwork actually. So IQ4 release notes, a little bit about the camera system. So okay, put that there. Phase One lenses, XF IQ4 camera system information, accessories, including the case, and an XF autofocus trim target. Okay, so that's for obviously making sure that the autofocus is spot on. So let's have a look inside. So in here there's two soft cases. I'm just going to open up the larger of the two. It's all very smart. Okay, well that's the first surprise. I was expecting, it's a modular camera, and I was expecting it to be in its component parts, but it's not. It's actually the back on, and the lens on, and the viewfinder on, which is quite interesting. I thought that it would be in separate bits, and I'd have to put them together, but not so. Okay, right, let's have a look. There we go. So it just clips off from the bottom. So there's all the contacts that allow the back to communicate with the camera, but look at the size of that sensor. And that's really what you're paying for, 150 million pixels on a medium format sensor like that. So obviously you can imagine 35mm piece of film next to that, it would be quite small. It's actually 53.4 by 40mm. So I just clip that back on like that, I think. There we go, that's snapped back on. I could remove the viewfinder as well if I wanted, because there's interchangeable viewfinders, and obviously the lens comes off. So the lens comes off like that, and then again all the contacts, just as you would with a smaller camera system, really. Okay, so blue dot to blue dot, line it up, and let's just twist that around. That's clipped in. That's the lens hood, take that off. So this is an 80mm lens, which I think is equivalent to 50mm on here, so it's kind of like a standard lens. Let's put this down to one side for the moment, because I want to show you the batteries. So there's 4 batteries, they're quite big, and you put one in the camera body, in the grip there, and then one goes in. Now I'm assuming these aren't charged because it's never been used at all, but I'll have a look. Which way around is that going to go? That way. I think, yes. And then one goes in the camera back, because obviously the sensor takes some power as well. Even just holding it like this, you know, I've used one of these sort of system cameras before. It's really heavy, and you can handhold it, and I have done to shoot with it, but actually, you know, it's much easier to use a tripod because it's so heavy, and you certainly want to give it some extra support. But that grip is beefy, but it's, you know, I can feel it on my arm already. Okay, so let's pop that down there. What else was in this box? Oh, right, so we've got an XQD card, 64 gigabytes, and we've got an SD card, also 64 gigabytes. I would have thought with 150 million pixels, that's probably a minimum that you're going to be wanting to work with. Okay, and they go in that slot there. Right, so let's see what's in the smaller of the two cases in here. Oh no, this is really nice. It's a row of 3 sort of semi-rigid cases, each labelled. This one says accessories, cables and power. So let's have a look at what we've got. So this is accessories. Okay, so oh, these are the caps for the back. So when you take the back off, you want to protect it, and obviously the back of the camera. That looks like a cover. I'm not entirely sure what that is. It's kind of like a rubberized cover. Lens caps. Cables. Right, so this is USB-C to USB-C. That's USB-C to USB-A. And there's a strap. So pop those back in there. To find out what that rubber case is for. Okay, so there was a couple of cables in there. There's another box marked, or case marked cables. This has got Phase One on there, it's quite nice. And indeed, actually, the penny case is all badged up as well. Okay, so you get an XQD card reader and SD card reader, so it's a joint one. That's nice. That's an HDMI cable. That's a network cable, and that's a USB 3 cable, you know, with the little notch in it. And then we've got some sensor cleaning, visible dust sensor cleaning swabs, which is a good idea because obviously that sensor, you want to keep that spotless. And just look at the size of those swabs. You know you're dealing with a beefy sensor when you've got swabs that size to keep it clean. Just pop that in there. Right, so yes, of course, battery charging. Now, Phase One supplies the Haynor Pro Cube 2, which is great because you can charge 2 batteries at once. And I mean, I use one of these all the time because you can change the plates very easily. Just put a pin in there, plate pops out, and then you can charge. You can swap between different battery types that you're charging. So that's really cool. But it's interesting that Phase One have opted for that, and they have in their other cameras as well, rather than developing their own battery system. Oh, that's just a cable for charging your batteries from the car. Cigarette lighter. That's the power supply. Oh, and those are just the international plugs to put onto the power supply for the charger. Okay, so pop that back in as well. So that is all. That's quite an accurate description of what's in there. That's the power. So actually, you know what? If you obviously if you pay $50,000 for a camera system, you're a pretty serious kind of photographer. And I think if you turn up with a system that looks like this, it's all beautifully organised, people are going to take you pretty seriously. Look at those. What's that? Oh, so these are, it's cards with codes on to activate Capture One for processing your files. So I need to start charging the batteries, get them fully charged, and then I can start shooting properly with the camera. And I'll be putting my review on Camera Jabber just as soon as I can.